All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, and welcome back to the breakfast edition of the Trading Room, brought to you by TD Markets Academy. The breakfast edition, the 9:30. Hope you guys had a good evening last night, a good night last night, and yeah, good morning. We are back. Just to acknowledge the chat real quickly. Jules, Sam Holding, Tanya, Baticos, Petunia, Isabel, Young Sunny Keenan. Thank you once again for joining us. Good morning to you, and good morning to everyone I did not greet. All right, I know some of you guys are still on the chat, still right there. Kele SA, good morning. All right, so let's get right into it, guys. It's obviously, I'm just gonna do this real quickly, right? I've got the date wrong here. There we go. 14th of July. All right, great stuff. So guys, it's a morning. Let me just do this quickly here. Just 1 second. Just 1 second. All right, there we go. All right, just to kickstart the session, guys, remember, if you wanna, obviously sign up and register for a live account, our website, the link is on the chat right now. All the details are on the chat, the contact details, all the links are on the chat. You can follow us on all social media platforms as well. The link will be on the chat. But our website, tdmarkets.com, that's where you can sign up for an account. Quick and simple process. Just going to take you about a minute or two. All right. Remember, you can also make use of our exchange, right? The TD Markets Exchange. You can also make use of our exchange, trade derivatives live on our TD Markets Exchange, right? A new division of TD Markets. It's over a year old now, and it's doing incredible. All right, as you guys can see, this is the platform. Let me just refresh this. This is the platform. Just like yesterday, we're gonna be switching around the derivatives as well as the MT5. All right, we're gonna be switching around, just doing analysis here and there. But you can also, just a quick, simple process. The website is tdmarkets.io. It's on the chat right now. Just sign up for, and then let's trade derivatives live on the exchange. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. Right, a new day. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna start off by going through my watch list with you guys. Right, I've got really good setups on my watch list, so we forget about yesterday, we forget about the analysis of yesterday. We start the brand new day with new analysis. I've got a watch list that I'm gonna run through with you guys. But remember that later on we do have the trading room, the CPI trading room. All right, so let me just go back to the calendar quickly. At 2:30 the CPI report is coming out, so therefore at 2 p.m. we have the CPI trading room, which is gonna merge with this trading room at 3 o'clock, right? So the 3 o'clock one that you're used to will now move an hour earlier to 2 p.m. So please take that note. The 3 p.m. trading room will now start at 2 p.m. only for today. Only for today. Only for today. All right. Only for today. All right. I can see we are ready. Yesterday, was there a class at 3:30? Yeah, I believe there was a class at 3:30. I believe there was a class at 3:30. It was scheduled to be live. But yeah, I believe there was a class at 3:30. All right. Great stuff. So guys, let me take you guys through my watch list. Obviously, we spoke about the first two yesterday, which was Euro Pound. All right. So remember, we are not forgetting about Euro Pound. I went over the analysis, simple concepts we talk about in our TD Markets Academy. I'm not going to give much in these sessions because obviously we need to also remain exclusive so that you guys can also attend the TD Markets Academy so that you learn these concepts. But there's a particular concept here, right? It's a FIP extension concept where we are looking for a buy on that 161.8. That's where the pending order is. So we are still keeping a very close eye on Euro Pound for some upside. This will be a swing trade on the daily time frame. All right. This is basically what we are watching out for. So that 161.8, we are keeping a very close eye on that one there. Right. The lower time frames have not really done anything. So we're just waiting for price to break out of this structure, right? We're going to just remain a little bit patient with this one. But once it moves, it is guaranteed to move, right? Or let me say almost guaranteed to move. I don't want to use the word guarantee. I don't want to use that word. But once it moves, it is going to move, you know? So, whoa. So, yeah. So Euro Pound, we can make one more push down before we go up, right? We can make one more push down before we go up. So we're gonna just keep a close eye on that. So I took you guys through the analysis yesterday. This is Euro Pound. And then look at what CAD JPY is doing, guys. We spoke about CAD JPY, all right? So let me just go through CAD JPY quickly. CAD JPY is going back to this high. All right. But first it needs to go back to this high first, right? The one below. It needs to go back to this high according to the structure because the structure is still bullish. And yesterday we spoke about, you know, it breaking out of the structure. So this is how we're looking so far, right? Let me just redo the analysis again. So CAD JPY, we are bullish. It will definitely form sometime this week. You see how it has broken out. So with this one, we are looking for a continuation. Let me just do this. So we have come back down to the zone. Remember, there was also a demand zone here. Yeah, there was also a demand zone there. So look at what price is doing. Price broke out of this channel here. Price broke out of this channel. All right, I don't want to draw too many lines, but just to give you guys a bit of perspective, price broke out of that channel. It also broke out of the structure. So this is what we spoke about yesterday, that we're anticipating CAD JPY to break towards the upside. We have not had a retest as yet. But as long as we've broken out, right, obviously as per the structure, if the market continues to move in its own upward structure, there's a huge possibility we're gonna get a retest and a continuation towards the upside. That possibility is there because of the natural progression of a trend. All right. So CAD JPY is coming down nicely. All right. We had just broken out of this. All right. So all we're looking for here, if CAD JPY was to come back and retest this zone here, right, to retest the broken structure as well as the trend line, then we are looking for a continuation towards the upside. Right, there we go. Now these are my kind of setups now, right? We're looking for a continuation all the way back to that high. But obviously we need to also break this this high also first, right? So what I would say near term, we're looking for a continuation, either, back to that high. If it breaks, we are going to that high. You see how it is. Looking at where price is coming from. Obviously, this pattern is done. So now we are making our way back towards the upside. So obviously, it is a Tuesday today. So maybe we just give this a day or two. If it comes back down here, we're looking for a continuation towards the upside. All right. Apelela, I can see you. Good morning. All right. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all of that. All right. So Euro pound. Remember, it can do this first before it goes up. So we'll just, I want it to come back down to that 161.8. I want it to come back down to this 161.8, right, before we get that push towards the upside. You see that? So that is what I want. But if it goes up from where it is, we'll look at, other entries. And then you've got CAD JPY that has broken up. So looking for the retest. Obviously, you guys will have to look for your setups, right? I know that some of you guys trade breakouts. So breakout traders are already in. Right? So a retest, we are looking for a buy. So this is how you plan around a trade, right? In our academy, we talk a lot about planning around the trade. So you would do your analysis, and then you would have your trading plan, right? And then you would plan around the trade, right? So this is what you're talking about. So you see now how we've done analysis. We are planning around the trade. We know where our exit is. We know possibly where our entry is. We're just waiting for price to confirm just a few things, right, before it shows us the entry. Where price is right now is already above the previous high. So we can't just jump in and enter there, right? It's already above the previous high. It might start to correct where it is. So it's better to get a higher low. Before we jump onto this trend, right? It's better to get a higher low. So I think we are ready for CAD JPY. We are ready for Euro GBP. All right. So let me go through the rest of the watch list here. So that's CAD JPY. NZD JPY, ladies and gentlemen. I've been talking about this for the longest of time, right? It is pushing up. As we speak, it is pushing up. I've been talking about this. And where is this going? This is going back to this high. If it breaks that high, it's going back to that high. This is because of the overall structure and the internal structure. So according to the overall structure, we have that higher high where price is going. And according to the internal structure, we have this high, this previous most recent high where price is going. So the market is almost there, right? So that's where this is going according to where price is coming from and the recent trend. All right. So the same outlook, you see how you would look at CAD JPY in terms of its setup, its structure right now. It is the same as NZD JPY, right? Because they are doing the same thing. I think it's because of the yen. The weakness of the yen is creating all of these things. That's why you are seeing GBP JPY has pushed up. Euro JPY is yet to push up. We're going to have a look at that. You've got other yen pairs, AUD JPY, that's about to push up. Because of the weakness of the yen, we are seeing similar patterns across these assets, right? Across these currency pairs. Therefore, we would want to take advantage and use them as correlation. All right. So if you look at the NZD JPY right now, as long as we've broken above this structure here, as long as we've broken above this structure, you see how aggressively price went up. As long as we've broken above this structure, we are set to continue pushing towards the upside. All right. So this one, ladies and gentlemen, let me just do this. Yeah, I think there is going to be a buy. There is going to be a trade. There is going to be a trade because now we have broken the next structure, which is this one here. Right? We have broken this structure here, which is this one. All right. So this is the current daily candlestick now. This current daily candlestick. So this one is going to be a simple one. I don't think we're going to get this one today, right? Because the plan here would be to wait for the daily candle to close above, and then the next candle to give us a retest, right? Obviously the setup I would be looking for, but if your setup forms differently, then but for my setup I would want this daily candle to close above, and then the next candle to like give me like a wick to wick down and then continue up. You see how it is? So the retest here, that's what I would want. So NZD JPY, the trend is bullish. The trend is bullish. We've got about 160 pips, 50 pips to go to that high there. So let's see what's going to happen here. So this one, maybe tomorrow. Maybe it's going to be ready tomorrow. All right. So the swing here is this, guys, right? Let me show you this on NZD JPY. So you see those targets there. You see those targets. So let me just remove this. What you can also do is this. Right. In fact, what you can also do is this. This is what we can also do, right? Assuming that price is trading within the structure where we can go back to the top. Projecting that right now this is what price is doing. Therefore, where are we going? We're going back to that top there. You see how it is? So we need one more high. If it breaks this high, then obviously we're going back to that high. So all we need right now, is just a correction and a continuation up. I'm actually getting excited just looking at this. I'm getting excited because this is a good setup. It looks like CAD JPY. It's a very good setup. All right, I'm actually getting excited. I've seen this story. I've seen this movie over and over and over and over again. I've seen the story over and over and over again. Yeah, so NZD JPY, that is another one. All right, another one. Now, okay. AUD JPY, we spoke about this yesterday, right? It's going up. AUD JPY, remember, it's going up. So this one, there will be another buy again today. Let me just redo the analysis here. So what we're seeing here, ladies and gentlemen, is NZD JPY has about 60-70 pips to go because it rejected this top. You see how we don't have a very strong high there, and then it went down to bounce from this low. So what we had here was a pattern, one of the popular pattern in technical analysis, right? So this pattern is done. That's why we're seeing price pushing up. Now, since the overall trend has been bullish, what this pattern would do is that the momentum would push price in the direction of the prevailing trend. All right. Hence, we are seeing price pushing up right now. So we are looking at AUD JPY going back to these highs. Let me do this. We are looking at AUD JPY going back to these highs. So this one, it is going to be ready today, right? In fact, it might be ready even now. We'll just have a look. So going back to these highs, and then we'll see if it will break and continue up, right? So a couple of things here. Let me just look at structure here. Let me just look at structure. So I think for today, AUD JPY is going to be ready, right? If you can just get your setup here. Yeah, there we go. All right, so this is how we're looking. Let me do this. All right, this is how we're looking, right? It looks like it's going to break out. Excuse me. It looks like it's going to break out. It's going to break out, all right? For as long as it does not break below this structure here, right? Seems like it's going to break out. So a breakout of this, we are looking at a continuation up, right? It's going to break out and then you would look for your setups there, right? Looking at where price is coming from, there's a higher probability we're gonna resume and continue towards the upside. So we would project that price is going back to this high. It's going back to this high, or even it seems like we have a supply zone here on the 4-hour, 8-hour chart. Yeah, I think let's look at this supply. We have a supply zone there. So price seems like it's going to be attracted back to the supply zone. Back to the supply zone. All right. Yeah, so I'll be keeping a very close eye on AUD JPY today for some upside. All right. I want you guys to note these charts down. This is my watch list, what I have on my watch list. Whenever I open my charts, I'm looking at these ones. All right. So we've got CAD JPY for a continuation up. Excited about this one. NZD JPY, AUD JPY. We are taking advantage of the weakness of the yen weakness. We're taking advantage of that. All right. So yeah, so it should reward us. All right. And then Euro yen is another one. Remember we spoke about this one yesterday, right? It just played around, but it seems like now it's pulling itself towards itself, if that makes sense. Seems like it's coming nicely now, right? So the structure on Euro yen, it's still bullish, right? We don't have any signs of a reversal as yet. The structure is still very bullish. If this was to reverse, then it should give us a reversal confirmation. But at the moment, we don't have that reversal confirmation. All right. So therefore, we are sticking to the dominant structure, which is bullish, right? The dominant structure, which is bullish. So it's either this is going to take us back to this high or that high. Either that high or obviously short term to that high or that high, right? Then you can also have your take profits in between there. So this one, it seems like Euro yen is going to be ready also today, right? Because where it is right now, it is on the FIB. You see that? It is on the FIB. So anywhere around the zone, we are looking for a higher low. Where the market is that we're looking for a higher low. I think the higher low has formed looking at this candlestick. Looking at this candlestick with a long wick down. That higher low has formed there. So we didn't get a higher low somewhere there. Now it seems like price had to come back down before, around this zone before it goes up. So anywhere around this zone, we are looking for a continuation towards the upside. Looking for a continuation towards the upside. All right. So AUD yen and Euro yen seems like they're going to form today. AUD yen, Euro yen seems like they're going to form today. NZD yen, it might also form today. I don't think it's going to form today. Maybe tomorrow. Right. So yeah. So Euro yen, one more push up. All right. And then the last yen here is going to be USD yen, which it has, USD yen has already completed the setup. It went back to this high. You see that? So the setup is already done. If you look at CAD yen, you see how CAD yen, or even let me go to NZD. You see, if you look at NZD yen, it has not completed and gone back to that top. So this is the same structure. USD JPY, NZD JPY is the same formation. So USD JPY is already there. All right. Keenan, you are in on the yen. All right. That's good. So just manage your risk. So USD JPY is already there, right? That's why it does not comparing it to the other yen pairs. USD yen is not a very good setup in my opinion because it's already at the top. So anything can happen. But if this was to continue pushing towards the upside, then it needs to break above, right? So I'm not really looking at this myself, right? I'm not looking at this. If you want to look at it, you can go ahead. So the plan here would be to get a break out of this. That would be the plan, right? Would be to get a break out of this, but I'm not looking at it myself. So you can go ahead and just keep an eye on it. All right. So Euro Yen, AUD Yen, they are coming nicely. NZD Yen, CAD Yen. All right. Now we're not done. Let me show you. Let me see which one. All right. GBP AUD, guys. GBP AUD, it's ready to drop. GBP AUD is ready to drop. All right. Let me do this. GBP AUD is ready to drop. It's ready to drop. So now it has gone back. It has gone back to that high. All right. I don't think it's going to touch this high exactly, but it has gone back to this high. So now looking at this, we are looking at this way. Since we have a lower low here, right? Since we have a lower low here, price breaking the previous low, right? It looks like this formation is creating a descending sort of like structure, a descending structure, which we would look at it this way, right? A descending structure like this. A descending structure like this, right? Because of this lower low here, this would be the outlook. This would be the outlook unless it changes altogether. But as it is at the moment, this would be the outlook. So if you had buy trades, right? If you had buy trades, you would be looking at closing those trades around this area. You see how it is? So now we're anticipating some profit taking to happen around this zone. And once it happens, we are looking for this to drop. You see how it is? So yeah, so we're anticipating price to create a high anywhere around this area and then to start giving us a push towards the downside. So this is another one that's in my watch list. That's in my watch list. All right. Yeah. So if you are holding buy positions, right, you would want to take. Now look at what the market is doing. Let me just remove this here. You guys saw the formation, right? All right. So this is what the market is doing here. So we are. It seems like it's struggling to continue pushing towards the upside. We have another rejection there, so it seems like it's struggling to push towards the upside. So we'll just have to wait and see what's going to happen. But overall, we're anticipating price to start falling from there. So a break of this low, right? A break of this low. We've got this low here, basically around here. So I don't think it's ready as yet. We just need to wait for it to change structure. First before we can then react. So I'm just going to leave the structures here, right? So we're just waiting for it to change structure. Let's leave it for like a day or two. We want it to break below, right? We want it to break below. Leave it for like a day or two and then we'll come back. But anticipating this to do this, right? Now, obviously, looking at the possibilities here, we still have, let me go back to the daily. Remember, we are looking at this high, right? This top. Now, the possibility here is we can drop, the drop might be forming now, or we can start dropping from that high there, from that high. All right, just give me 1 second, guys. Just Just give me 1 second. I'll be back. All right, great stuff. Yeah, so the market could go up one more time again, but we're just looking for this now. We're looking for price to proceed trading towards the downside. All right, to continue the overall momentum here. So GBP AUD is another one I'm keeping a close eye on. One more push towards the downside. All right. So that's another one, GBP AUD. We already spoke about euro pound. All right. So let me just see. We're gonna skip this one. Maybe we're gonna have a look at it. It's fine. We've got also, okay. So after GBP AUD, we've got GBP CAD. GBP CAD, all right. In fact, let's skip this one for now. Nah, it's fine. Let's do it. It's fine. So GBP CAD has completed the previous cycle, which was this one. This was the previous cycle. All right, so the previous cycle is done. Remember, we did the analysis previously where we said it's going back to that high, so it's done. So now where it's rejecting and where it's reversing right now is because of this, right? This is what it's doing right now, is because of this. So you see where the reversal is right now. It is because it has went back to the high of the structure right there, right? So now I'm really interested in selling this back down to this low here, right? First back down to the structure. I think this is the structure where price will most likely go back down to, right? So it is already going down at the moment. So a continuation towards the downside, coming back down to this low, right? This zone. If it breaks this zone, then we're going to keep a very close eye on it, obviously, for continuation down, right? So now what we have here is this, right? This is what we have. This is what we have. So it has broken out, or it's breaking out of the channel. It's breaking out of the channel. You see that? So it's breaking out of the channel. I'm waiting for a retest, right? I'll be waiting for the retest and a continuation down. So breakout traders, I know they would be looking to jump in, but I'm simply gonna wait for a retest, a setup, a correction, and then a continuation down. So back down to this zone for now. And then if it breaks this zone, we'll then come back and see how far it will go. All right. So GBP CAD, one more push towards the downside here. So we've got GBP AUD looking for a push down, GBP CAD looking for a push down, CAD JPY looking for a push up. All right. Euro pound looking for a push towards the upside. It seems like it's coming nicely. All right. And so that's basically my watch list for now. All right, for now. And then obviously we're gonna have a look at your gold and what there. We're gonna have a look at them. All right, we're gonna have a look at them. Okay, so can you also look at gold? Yeah, we're gonna do that. CPI prediction. Lucky, we have the CPI session. We have the CPI session at 2 p.m. right? So do join us for that CPI session at 2 p.m. All right. So AUD JPY, Euro JPY. All right. All right. So let's have a look at gold. Let's see what gold is doing, right? So obviously the dollar has been strong. All right. If you look at the DXY, where's the DXY? Let me just open up the DXY here. Let's start by looking at the DXY, but the dollar is still strong. All right. And sorry, still strong. Yeah, I'm correct. Yeah, still strong. Let me show you guys the DXY here. Let me show you guys the DXY. Just 1 second. So the DXY, there we go. It showed up here. There we go. So if you look at the DXY right now, right? So the DXY is trading within this bullish structure, right? So overall, the dollar has been strong. And then obviously in between, there has been corrections in between, right? There has been corrections in between, right? But overall, the dollar is strong. Excuse me. So you see right now, what's happening right now is the DXY is bullish, but it's still correcting. It's still correcting right now, right? Overall, it is bullish, but it's still correcting. So which means when when it's like this, we're gonna see moments where the dollar is strong and then it gets weak, gets strong, gets weak, gets strong, gets weak, because the DXY is correcting. You see that? That's why when you look at Euro USD right now, you see Euro USD, yesterday the dollar was strong, today it might be getting weak and all of that. So what you would want here, right? If you are looking for dollar strength, what you would want here, you would want the DXY to resume its trend towards the upside, right? In that way, then the dollar is going to be consistently strong, right? At the moment, it's just oscillating at, right now, oscillating, right? Basically ranging at the moment. So now the correction we're seeing here, right? The correction we're seeing here. So this is how we're looking at things. Let me just remove. Nah, I think this is fine. This is fine. Now, let me show you what's happening here. Now, this correction is getting a bit complicated, right? A bit complex because it's creating an internal structure which looks like this, right? There's an internal structure here which looks like this. So it's going to be a bit complex, but I'll try and explain it and just break it down. So we've got this internal structure, which means, according to this, we could see DXY coming back down as part of the correction, not as a reversal, as part of the correction. You see that? And when it does this, it will then complete. Let me just remove this. It will then complete this. It will then complete this. You see that? This is the correction we're talking about. Let me show you an example here. Let me show you an example of what I'm talking about. It's right here. It's something like this. It's something like this. So these are well-known patterns in technical analysis. All right, something like this, where you see right here, where price reversed again and went down. So we could see DXY do this one more time, going back down one more time before it resumes towards the upside. Right, let's go back to where price is. This. We could see it doing this and then doing this one more time. So what does this mean? It means we are still in that phase where one day we're going to see the dollar strong, the next day weak, the other day strong, the next day weak. It's not consistent at this point. So if we're anticipating the dollar to just resume its dominance, then around these levels here, that's where we can then expect the dollar to start resuming or to resume its dominance, right? To continue its dominance around these zones here. So according to this pattern, this is what we see here, right? So what does this mean for gold? I can see there's someone asking about gold. What does this mean for gold? It basically means that gold, there is a low that gold is going to right now. Let me show you that low. There's a low that gold is going to. Yeah, it means gold is coming back down to this low. Right? In fact, it's almost there because it's basically this area. So short term, we're going to see gold coming back down to this low just to complete this impulse wave here. All right. So one more push. And then from this point on, we could see it starting to do this, right? We could see starting to do this, but we'll have to check. We also have oil, the oil price as well. The back and forth from the Strait of Hormuz, the US and Iran, they're just still going back and forth. We have to also monitor that as well. So gold looks like it's gonna complete its setup by coming back down one more time, just to complete this. And then from this point on, we'll see if we're gonna get a push towards the upside. So this is how gold is looking at the moment. It's correcting at the moment. Let me just check something here. Yeah, so at the moment it's correcting. It has hit that 50 FIP level there. So anywhere around this zone, I would anticipate a lower high to form and then for price to resume trading towards the downside. You see that? So yeah, so anywhere around this zone, a continuation down, you will just have to look for your setups there. So one more push on gold is coming back down to this zone. Now remember, there is CPI today. So CPI, depending on what it will do, it might change this. So all the dollar pairs we're going to look at, guys, CPI might change those movements. Not necessarily long term, but just short term, it might change. And price might resume maybe later on, So just keep that at the back of your mind. Silver, the same thing. Silver also, according to the structure on silver, it needs one more push down as well. Because this cycle, this impulse is not complete. So we are still trading within the impulse, within the cycle. It's not complete. All right. So one more push to the downside is coming. Yeah. So we're looking for a lower high. Let me do this. We're looking for a lower high. Anywhere around this area. And then for price to resume trading lower. We're looking for a lower high and for price to resume trading lower. All right. So yeah, so gold and silver continuation towards the downside to complete the overall move. Let me see. There was also, I think, US 30. There was US 30, right? Yeah, US 30 US30 is still trading within the correction. So it failed to continue pushing up yesterday. So it's still trading within the correction. All right. So US30 here, the structure is still bullish. It has gone inside a corrective structure, which the corrective structure on its own looks likely to push price back down here first before it completes the correction. So for this correction to complete, usually we get one more push down, another low, and then a continuation up. This is how corrections, and this is what I've just shown you now on the DXY, right? That one more push down. So if I'm looking for a buy on US30, I would want it to come back down here first if I'm looking for a buy, right? So it seems like it's going to come back down one more time. So I wouldn't really sell this move. I would look for a continuation, a swing all the way towards the upside, right? Yeah, so for now, we're looking at this possibility for now. So if you look at how the structure is looking here, if you look at how the structure is looking, it has broken below. It has broken below. So from this point on, one more push down and then a continuation back up. So we just need another low there, and then a continuation back up. You see how it is? So yeah, so if I'm looking for a buy, I'm looking for a buy down here, not where it is, because it has broken down. All right, BTC, let's do this. Let's do this. Where is it? I have it open here. So we're looking for some BTC analysis. Let's go. All right. So just to round off the FX, right? Just to round off the FX. Looking at CAD JPY, this is my watch list. Once again, looking to buy CAD JPY down here. All right. NZD JPY. This one, I'm just gonna wait for it. I'll have a look at this tomorrow, right? I don't think it's gonna be ready today. My plan is to wait for this candle to close above this zone, right? Once that happens, then I'm gonna look for a continuation of this trend. NZD JPY. Today I'll be looking at AUD JPY. So today I'll be looking at AUD JPY and Euro JPY today, right? And then tomorrow we'll have a look at these ones. Euro pound. The 4-hour price action on Euro pound is suggesting that we may get a breakout very soon, right? The price action suggests that we may get a breakout very soon. We may get a breakout very soon, right? So this is what price is doing. It hasn't really broken out as yet. So just give this, we'll see later on how it's doing, right? I'm seeing that it's struggling to break this zone here. It's struggling to break this zone. So if it maintains this as a support, if it, respects this zone, then seems like we're going to break and go up. Seems like we're going to start pushing towards the upside. So really keeping a very close eye on this one, right? I almost forgot GBP USD. I'm going to look at GBP USD just now. GBP CAD, this is on the watch list as well, looking for this push down. Euro AUD, looking for this push down as well. Right, price hasn't really moved. I think we need to wait a day or two on this one, just to wait for it to develop and give us a strong confirmation. All right, and then GBP USD, right? GBP USD, looking for a drop on this one. I think this one is going to be ready for a drop. right? Remember the overall view on GBP USD is that we are coming back down to this low. We are coming back down to this low. All right, there, because price rejected this high, gave us this low. So now it's trading within this formation and the current structure to come back down to this low to complete this formation. So GBP USD, I'm looking for this move towards the downside. All right. So where it is right now, I don't really have a setup where it is right now, but I'm keeping an eye for a setup here, right? I can see that it's rejecting this. It's rejecting here, right? Price has already gone down. So after the CPI today, we'll see how this will be looking. Yeah, but I'm looking for, even if it does this, because sometimes it likes to do that, even if it goes back up one more time, right, I'll still be looking for a drop, even if it does this. So either we're looking at this coming back down and this coming back down, or it might go up one more time to give us a new high, before we go down. All right. So this is what's on my watch list, guys. Very simple, very simple. All of these are swing trades. All right. All of these are swing trades. They can go on for like a week or two, you know, catching some nice pips there. Now let's have a look at Bitcoin. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. All right. Let's see what it's doing. I'm going to use the exchange here, guys, right? I'm going to use the exchange. Let's remove this. All right, there we go. Okay, so let me go to the lower time frame. Okay, it's fine here. So Bitcoin, remember, it needs to come back down to this low. I'm going to use the 4 hour here just to get a proper price action. Remember, Bitcoin is coming back down to this low, right here, right? Let me do this. There we go. It rejected this high. And then some shorts. So now it's coming back down to this low. So on this low, right, from this low here, we may get this. We just have to wait and look at the setups. We may get a continuation up, or we may get a continuation down from that low, right? It needs to come back down to this low. So where it is right now, there's a bit of rejection that's happening right now. Let me look at the 1 hour chart. Yeah, there's a bit of rejection that's happening here. I think it has already rejected here, right? Because effectively, this is just a zone here. It's like a zone like this, right? Not necessarily a line, but a zone. So it seems like it has rejected from the zone. So these are the possibilities because of that low. These are the possibilities, right? It's a support. It might just push price up or push price down. So this is where now your setups will confirm to you where price will go, right? This is where your setups will confirm to you where price will go. But let me look at the daily time frame. Let's see what the daily time frame is doing. Let me do this. Yeah, I think it's gonna come back down. I think it's gonna come back down here before it gives us this or this. This or this, right? Yeah, it needs one more push down. It seems like it. Because we have a very strong push down. All right. So the current daily candle is still inside the bigger candle. All right. So the current daily candle, the momentum has not suggested that we are reversing towards the upside. So what it's doing right now, because of the previous bearish candle, the momentum is still towards the downside. So with the current candle, what we would look for is a continuation. We would look for a lower high to form, and then for price to come back down and break this low. All right. So it seems like it's still going to come back down one more time just to complete this continuation, come back down to break this low, the low of the previous candle, right, to give us a new low there, and then it would be complete. So it's setting up for a continuation down. Just by looking at the candlestick language, all right, this does not suggest that we are reversing towards the upside. Look at where it's coming from. It's coming from this whole rejection here, right? Some of you guys might say it's a double top, which that is true, but it's coming from that zone there. So yeah, so we're looking for a continuation towards the downside. Let's have a look at how the 4 hour is looking. Yeah, the 4 hour is just setting up for a continuation. Back down to this low. Just a short move back down to this low. All right. So that's how BTC is looking. So ladies and gentlemen, all right, what you see here is our TD Markets exchange, where you can trade derivatives, your crypto assets using the exchange, right? Yeah, so this is what we're doing here. Remember, you can sign up for an account for our exchange on our exchange by going to our website, which is tdmarkets.io. tdmarkets.io, right? We've got a crypto division as well, not only FX and currencies, but also a crypto division. All right. So yeah, so we've gone through the watch list. Now let's wait for these opportunities. All right. Great opportunities. Great opportunities. All right. So what's coming for today? All right. We've got the what's this? The CPI live stream at 2 p.m. Obviously, we have another trading room at 12. So at 12, you're going to come back again. But I think we're going to do most of the work during the CPI session. All right. So yeah, so looking forward to that. So for this morning, guys, your morning dose of, I don't know, analysis setups, that's where we're going to end it for this morning. Hope you guys learned, enjoyed. Please share this to anyone who needs this. Subscribe, like, and we'll catch you guys again the next time. Also, make sure that you follow us on all social media platforms. I'm going to be signing out. I'll catch you guys later on. Cheers, everyone.